The Quest, The Untold Story of Steve, Book 1, The Tale of a Hero, by Mark Mulle, narrated by David Vandermolen. Disclaimer. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or used in fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. The Tale of a Hero. My name is Steve, and I am the hero of this world. There's something about the single-player mode that makes me feel this way. I am in charge of my own destiny, and no one else can change that. You may think it's a lonely experience, but that's not the case. My wolf companion, Growls, is the only friend I need. I spend my days building a grander house and keeping the monsters at bay. There's some joy to be had fighting zombies alongside Growls and brushing skeletons off my lawn. I've earned my right to thrive in this world, and none can stop me. Lately, though, something weird has been going on. I've been coming across different structures that look like a player made them. There were fenced-in areas, half-built wooden houses, and railways outside of the caves leading to nowhere. To my knowledge, none of these were randomly generated by the game. It was probably a new update I didn't know about. Which was fine by me, just more things to explore, I decided. Today, I decided to go out and explore beyond the forest near my home. I wandered my way into what looked like the makings of a wooden house. It appeared to be abandoned just as the roof was being built. It had a few one-block windows, and the floor was a mix of dirt and grass. Inside was a bed, a few torches, and a single treasure chest. Maybe there were some goodies left behind, like some iron, a saddle, or maybe even some armor. Curiosity dictated I open it. The chest cracked open with a familiar creak. All I found inside was a single book someone had already written in. I picked it up and began to read. It will not be long now until I reach the end. It guides me there. I don't know why. I can feel it watching every move I make. To be honest, I am scared. I feel if I make the wrong move, it'll end me. I don't know what to think anymore. I thought I was playing My reading was cut short as a creeper snuck up on me. I respawned in my bed, frustrated at the loss of my items. I scrambled to get back to the house and reclaim everything. I rummaged through the forest, thankful that I left a trail of torches along the way. The house faded into view within a few minutes, although it was more of a hole than a house. I was able to find all of my old items. However, the book I was reading was gone. Strange. I didn't think books could be destroyed by a creeper explosion. It must have been a new update. That's a shame, I thought. There were a few more sentences left. What I did read was odd, though. Kind of cryptic. Plus, there was no author. It must have been an Easter egg or something left by the developers. I shrugged it off and made my way back home. I followed the torches back to my homestead. My house wasn't very big yet, but it was humble and polished with a colonial theme. I was in the process of building a fence around it to help keep the monsters out, but it was not finished yet. I had Growls wait for me on the front porch. I tossed him one of my cooked pork chops, and we both headed inside for the night. As I stored some of my items away, I could hear the zombies approach. Their incessant moaning had always irked me. They started banging on my door. Watching the door crack just a little bit put me on edge every time. I played on normal difficulty, so I knew they wouldn't be able to break in, but that didn't make it any more unnerving. Still, I always ended up blockading the door with a few dirt blocks just to be safe. I lay down on my bed and passed away the night. Or so I would have liked. The game woke me in the middle of the sleep sequence with the message saying, "You may not rest now. There are monsters nearby." I looked around my house in a panic, but there was nothing there. I ran to the nearest window to see if the zombies were still there. But the clearing my house was nestled in was bare. Not even any skeletons or creepers in sight. No hostile mobs in the middle of the night. What was this? A
Sample complete. Ready to continue?